Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, we're back to the Aisha Buhari and the Cabal narrative, a never-ending fight, and whoever yields first in this fight, the other side gets the victory. So the fight is ongoing and the victory is going to be determined by whichever side that Mallam Buhari weighs on. So with that set in the background, guys, I bring you this. President Buhari sacks security details over Aso Rock crisis. So Mallam Buhari, who of course you know is suffering from dementia, so when you say that Buhari takes a position, you have to bear that in mind. So Buhari, the demented 80-something-year-old alleged president of Nigeria, has now taken a position on the crisis that is going on within his own immediate quarters, and now that is the narrative we're about to embark on this video. So again, the headline: President Buhari sacks security details over Aso Rock crisis. So now let's see how the Malami weighs in this equation. President Muhammadu Buhari has fired his security details and other persons in Aso Rock over the role they played in the crisis between his wife Aisha and Saibu Tunde Yusuf, his assistant. Those fired by Buhari on Wednesday include his chief personnel security officer, chief detail to president, ADC to the first lady, escort commander, ADC National Defense Council, and 37 others from the villa. It was reported on Tuesday that President Buhari, who is deeply angered by the embarrassing crisis in Aso Rock, was preparing to fire his security details and some top aides for the role they played in dragging the presidency into the mud. It was gathered that President Buhari decided to take the step after Maman Daura, his nephew and one of his closest confidants, was seen weeping as he made his way to his office. Daura was said to have informed Buhari that his security aid were not only after Yusuf's life but his own as well. Buhari gave the nod for all persons involved in the alleged threat to the lives of the two men to be removed. The crisis was started with Yusuf's refusal to embark on a 14-day isolation period after returning to Abuja from a trip to Lagos last week. This led to the arrest and eventual redeployment of the aide-de-camp to Mrs. Buhari and other security details attached to her after it was claimed that they threatened to kill the president's assistant in the process of trying to get him out of the villa. Inside sources says the latest step by the president could further stir the bad blood amongst different power blocks in Aso Rock, especially with the First Lady vowing to take a pound of flesh for being embarrassed by Yusuf and other Cabal members. So this is now the situation that we're contending with within the Nigerian space. Mallam Buhari, of course, has weighed on the side of his palace as opposed to his wife. So consider this. I'm speaking now to the male viewer, but the female viewers can empathize with this as well. So consider this: your wife is in a dispute with your friends, and it is a mortal dispute where you have to take a side, and whichever side you do weigh on gets the victory. So Mallam Buhari's wife, now supposed wife, because of course Mallam Buhari is too far gone to be of any sort of a husband to a young girl like Aisha. This is just as an aside, this is one of the problems that they have within the northern space. When a 50-something-year-old man will go and buy some 14-year-old girl to be his bride, so when the girl is now in her 20s, 30s, the man is already in his 80s, whatever, and is of no use to her anymore. So the children now that she bears thereafter have a question mark on them, but that is of course a problem for them. The whatever it is, the northerners, the Malamis. So they're a different people, a different country, a different mindset. So it doesn't really concern the Yoruba people, and I'm sure the Igbo people will say that it doesn't really concern them either. But we have empathy, of course, for these very young girls that are being bought and sold by these Malamis, but really it's their own affair. But really now, what's now happened is that this guy now, and the other thing, sorry, I keep jumping from a thought to the other. I just want to give it to you guys raw as it's coming to me. So the other thing now that you have to consider is a while ago, somebody was saying that the last person that speaks with Mallam Buhari is who he goes with. So because of course, you know, he's too far gone, he's debilitated mentally, physically, and in all functionality. He's just like he has no potency as a being, and I'm not even talking about as a man, but as a being. He has no real potency, and anytime that he does appear in the public space, he is heightened and hyped up with medication just to give him like a period of lucidity, just to address a video to be pumped out to the Nigerian people, just to tell them that, look, this man is still alive. This is all that happens within that space. So it's a free-for-all space. So now this Daura now, who was chased out of the government by Oshibanjo, and that is the price that Oshibanjo is now paying for the way that they have emasculated him completely within the Nigerian space. He has no potency anymore. They've put him in a dress, Oshibanjo I'm talking about. They've put him in a dress, and they have put lipstick on him, put a wig on him, and they have turned him into a female. So Oshibanjo is effectively now a ladyboy within the Buhari regime. There's absolutely no refuting that. Harsh words, but factual all the same. So he's packed to one side. So it's a free-for-all now. You have a vice president that is completely been made impotent, and you have a president that is completely now debilitated cranially and physically. So now it's a free-for-all, because you have now nobody occupying the driving seat within the Nigerian vehicle. So free for all now. So everybody is grabbing. The only person that was holding it together, of course, was that Abakari character, and he wasn't holding it together for any altruistic reason other than for him to be the president of Nigeria and continue to grab money. And it is that arrogance, it was that arrogance, should I say, that led to his demise when he came back from Egypt and Germany, and refused to quarantine, and then of course came back. He not only refused to quarantine, by the way, refused to get himself checked as well, and of course then went around up to the point that he had now come back with that C19, and bye-bye Abakari. This is what happened. So now, going back to the narrative now, it's a free-for-all now within the Nigerian space. So that breach that was being occupied by Abakari is now being attempted to be occupied by Aisha Buhari, to say that, look, I know you people are going to steal, but let's not just ruin this country, because of course there'll be a country after us. This is really the storyline that Aisha Buhari is trying to narrate to these elements. But these elements, they just see an open goal, they see an open bank vault with dollars stacked up, and they are clambering over each other to get to the dollars, to loot as much as they can of it. So the person now that is trying to prevent them, of course, is this Aisha. But then, of course, Aisha is just some woman. She's a beautician. She's not some academic. She's not Wale Soyinka or anything. She's just a beautician. She may have a good heart. I think she does. A lot of people, especially on this channel, think she doesn't. But whatever your situation is, she's now battling with this cabal for the heart and soul of the Nigerian space. So who now controls the heart and soul of the Nigerian space. And when we're talking about the heart and soul of the Nigerian space, we are talking, of course, about the sovereign wealth, the Central Bank of Nigeria, and then NPC. So who now controls that is really where you have to put your mind to and make a decision, because you can say you don't want any of them, but those are the options that are available. So make a decision now on who you think you would have control the heart and soul, the NNPC, the central bank, the oil wells, etc., the sovereign wealth, and all of that, the heart and soul of Nigeria effectively. Make a decision on who you think should control that. So the options you have are Aisha Buhari or the Cabal. So out of that two choice, where would you weigh, and who? You have no confidence in all of them, we agree, so don't come and make nonsensical comments in the comment section. We've already said that the two of them are bad options, but those are the two options that we have. So the decision you are now looking to make now is to decide on who you think is the best go for Nigeria. Not Abba Kyari, the Cabal. So Abba Kyari, of course, is the catch-all for the Cabal, but the Cabal or Aisha Buhari, those are the two options, the Cabal or Aisha Buhari. So come tell me how you would like the Nigerian vehicle to sway in the comment section. Aisha Buhari and the Cabal are the options, so pick one and then come give a reason in the comment section. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then which way Nigeria, come point a direction in the comment section. So I leave you here, carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.